What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Monday Night Live. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, hype, all of that stuff. And yeah, the creators that you see on the show, the guys that are making up the panel tonight, the information is going to be in the description. So make sure you follow along, subscribe to their channel as well. Yeah, man, it's a big week. It's Elimination Chamber week. We're gonna divulge all of that. We've got myself, Anarfi, and on the show we've got Oriodan and we've got Billy, and these guys are, I guess, kind of beginning their journey into the YouTube world. They've got a couple really good videos and podcasts up on their channel as well. Main Event Mike is their channel, so of course you guys, like I say, it's in the description. Show them some love. Check out their channel as well. But yeah, how are you boys doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And of course, Oriodan, you're in the WrestHINGS Discord. What are you saying, bro? You okay? Have we lost him?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing well, especially in this week where it's about to be Elimination Chamber. So can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
loud and clear.
Cool. So yeah, like I said, and obviously big up everyone that's tuned
I might change
live.
it just a bit, but I was just saying that.
Oh no, we can hear you. You can hear you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up everyone that's tuned in live. Big up everyone that's gonna watch.
I apologize. I think there's something with the connection, but I was just saying that. Bro, this connection, bro.
It's funny because it's like he's trolling us, isn't it? It's funny, but it's not. He's trolling us. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everyone watching live, everyone's gonna watch this back. Big up, hit the like button, comment, join the conversation as well. Let us know as well in the chat anyone else you want to see on this show in the next coming weeks. But we're gonna jump into it, and we're gonna start with Anarfi. Obviously, I know you're one of the guys that like the old school and how it used to be and things of that nature. So Elimination Chamber. If you remember back to when Elimination Chamber was first born and it was first a thing, like what was your kind of initial fondest memories of the Elimination Chamber?
I'm talking like original, like my first actual Elimination Chamber actually like fully followed was the one at SummerSlam. I think the one at Goldberg, when Goldberg was in. That's the first initial one. I missed the first one with Shawn Michaels winning, but that's when I was like, yeah, this is how it's meant to be. This was like flipping Hell in a Cell on steroids, basically.
Yep.
Everything looked very like rough, rigged. Like you look like you can hurt yourself by even opening the door. You know, I liked when Elimination Chamber was its own match, not really a pay-per-view. But in the last couple of years, Elimination Chamber pay-per-views have been good, so I'm not complaining there. But I remember Elimination Chamber as a place where it's like, listen, this is where it all comes to an end. Like you can leave here with a broken limb, someone can cash in on you. Like a lot of stuff can happen in it. So yeah, man, that's my fondest. That's my earliest memory of Elimination Chamber.
Nice.
And Goldberg experienced Chris Jericho as well. Goldberg experienced Chris Jericho through the glass. Yeah, I was a moment.
Yeah, Billy, what's some of your fond moments of Elimination Chamber in the past?
So funny enough, my first pay-per-view as a fan was New Year's Revolution 2006.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Edge cashing. All I remember from that match is all of these people are bleeding. All of them are bleeding. And that's when Angle come in and just suplex the whole world, suplex every single person that comes into the ring. And yeah, I agree. Like I feel like in recent years, the Money in the Bank, not Money in the Bank, Elimination Chamber has gone like Money in the Bank in terms of it's coming and it don't really mean as much.
Yeah, it's one of those inevitabilities in the calendar at this point.
Yeah.
Cool. Oriodan, what about yourself?
I think with me it's similar with Billy about how New Year's Revolution 2006 was one that I remember of, especially with the Edge cashing and everything. But I think just to change it, I think another one is probably when Edge did the switch with Kofi Kingston in 2009,
Mhm.
and then he came in and won the world title when he lost the WWE title on the same day. That was something that was like different that you didn't really see before as well. And I think in terms of like Elimination Chamber being like its own show, they've definitely made it feel like Money in the Bank, and they've tried to make it feel like it is part of the road to WrestleMania. I just think Royal Rumble has more decades upon it because it's such an annual thing of the Royal Rumble's the start of the road to WrestleMania. And I know with last year you had that big impact of the Elimination Chamber show with The Rock coming, the heel turn and everything. I feel like they're trying to make it a thing where annually something big's going to happen. First we had the heel turn, now we have mystery boxes. So it's just always a different thing that they're trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. Big up Clark Kent in the comments. He says that HBK winning the title, that's obviously the first ever Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
That was absolutely epic. I thought,
Mhm.
just this structure that they just brought out of nowhere. And then obviously, like we said, the battles that they had, especially in those first few Elimination Chambers, was really, really something. But yeah, I guess some of the stuff that you've just touched on, Oriodan, is what we're gonna kind of take this conversation to today. So it's really about the Elimination Chamber and where it weighs up in today's landscape. Now, obviously, we know the Royal Rumble, like you mentioned, it's got the lineage behind it. It directly determines one of the WrestleMania main events, quote unquote, because they throw
Yeah.
around the word main event fairly loosely these days.
Yeah.
But the Elimination Chamber has moved from that place where it was a match that would be like for the world title, the world heavyweight title, and it's almost used now to decide the other main event when it comes to WrestleMania. I'll start with you, Anarfi. What's your preference of the usage of the Elimination Chamber for the World Championship, for the next ticket to the WrestleMania main event? Should they mix it up? How should they manage this on a yearly basis, in your opinion?
I think they should mix it up where like 1 year the actual champion goes into the Elimination Chamber and it just basically messes up the whole, puts you on like some sort of like guessing game, like wow, what is gonna happen at WrestleMania then if this guy, if the belt has now gone over. But I'm also up for the thing of like a second chance thing. Like if I didn't do the Royal Rumble well, if I didn't do good in Royal Rumble, this is a second chance for me to actually go out there and get a title, I think they should definitely mix it up. Just make it exciting, make the stakes a bit good every year, make it like a different stories every year as well. Because obviously, like I think remind me when, like obviously I see Glody just put in the thing about Kofi Mania. Did Kofi Kingston enter the Rumble?
That year.
Yeah, he didn't enter the Rumble. It spurred from him missing out Money in the Bank. Where did it come from again? This whole Kofi Mania.
I think Mustafa Ali was supposed to get the opportunity, but then they put Kofi in, I think, from what I remember.
Into the Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
Yeah, injured. Yeah. So this is stuff like that. If there's a thing where it's like one day we plan a story where this guy is trying to get to WrestleMania, then we have that there, or the champion getting involved. I think just mix it up, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Billy, what's your thoughts?
I agree. I think they need to mix it up. It was good last year because it gave Cena the chance to the whole storyline of okay, he's lost a Rumble, he's desperate. So it's good in that sense, but I just feel like it's too predictable now when it's the number one contender. You know who's gonna win. Like, and I see on X today, there was like a post of Drew McIntyre and all his like current feuds. It's like someone was like, oh, if only there was a match where 6 people can fight each other for a title, But I agree. I feel like they should mix up a lot.
Yeah, I think a mix would be interesting. Oriodan, what's your thoughts?
I think similar with everyone else in terms of how they can make the show more intriguing as time goes on. I think when it comes to the actual show,
Oh, we lost him again. Okay. Well, yeah, he was agreeing, I guess, with the mix. My issue is, that it sometimes throws out of whack the meaning of some of these things. So we've got Royal Rumble, right? Which is right, 30 man or 30 women are gonna fight for that opportunity. and then it's like the following month, I don't have to fight 30 people to get an opportunity. I just have
But
to
you
fight
have to,
5.
in one of the most devastating matches, though, in the Elimination Chamber, where anything can happen. You know what I
You're
mean?
bang on. But how much do they really emphasize that? How much do people actually dread having to go to the Elimination Chamber? Do we get that connection as fans as we're watching that, oh my God, I've lost my opportunity here at the Rumble. Now, if I want another opportunity, I'm going to have to go inside this treacherous cell with 5 other people and have to fight my way through it. Like, you're right in what you're saying, but they don't tell us that story. You see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the story that they used to tell back in the day. Like when we were first introduced to Elimination Chamber, we had that famous vignette. Some of the files are steel. Like it was, you see the lumberjack guy smashing up the thing. Like it was proper, like raw. People are gonna die today, you know.
Yeah.
But that's missing now, isn't it? Obviously, you can look at the Elimination Chamber now. You can tell that they're trying to be safe, which makes sense because every wrestler wants to go home and kiss their child in the head or kiss their wife. You know what I mean? No one wants to get battered and bruised. I get it's what we want to see, but I hear the reason why they're doing it. But I do feel like they should still play on that whole thing of like this is one of the most devastating matches in WWE. Cody has literally been through the from hell and back, and now he has to go into this chamber and try and win it with 5 other people that's trying to kill him. Like they need to make it proper, like, you know what I mean, like something a bit more. But they can still do it regardless of how the jungle gym looks. They can still do it, but it's just like they're not refusing to do it.
It's literally a jungle gym.
There's still glass in there,
padding and stuff. Like I think I'm actually on the more of the side of they should just use it as like a Hell in a Cell, a one-off. Like I've had enough of you 6 man that just won't listen, and you know you're causing carnage on the show. Get inside the Elimination Chamber. Shock horror. Oh my God. It shouldn't be something that everyone just rocks up to every year for another opportunity, in my opinion. Especially we got a whole story currently on SmackDown, which I don't think they're gonna go this way, but they could easily go this way. With Drew McIntyre as champion, you put him in an elimination chamber match at WrestleMania with Drew McIntyre.
WrestleMania.
Imagine Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams,
Jacob Fatu. Yeah.
There must be someone else that he can throw in there. Randy Orton.
Throw Dragon of it. Oh yeah, Orton.
Orton makes sense.
All of a sudden, you've got the 6 guys that they're showing us are the top stars on the show, because I don't understand really the other day when in the main event, I think, of SmackDown, Drew McIntyre just came and involved himself in Orton's business.
Yeah.
What business do they have together? So all of a sudden, you've now put the champion in with all of these guys. This should be, you know, at the very least, some type of Hell in a Cell Armageddon type match at WrestleMania, or you've got an Elimination Chamber. But now, Elimination Chamber, like we're saying, is very much just, you know, second opportunity sort of thing. So yeah, I do think it's good, it's fun. I think it is interesting. I'm not rubbishing it. I just think it is something that they can look.
Perfect.
Is anyone here, Oriodan, I'll come to you first. Is Elimination Chamber or the Rumble as a stipulation to determine to go to WrestleMania? What is your preferred route?
I think the Rumble is the preferred route. And I know it's because possibly it's been there for such a long period of time that people familiarize themselves with the Rumble more than the Chamber. The Chamber, there is effective ways to kind of create stories in. Like last year when you had CM Punk and Seth Rollins still having their story, and then you had the small aspect of CM Punk and John Cena reuniting for the first time since 2011, or even last year with the women's when you had Jade Cargill return, beat up Naomi, and you had Bianca Belair with her performance as well. So there's many stories that you can do with the Elimination Chamber. But I think the Rumble, because you have so many other people and you can do so many different things with surprises, surprise eliminations and so many different things, that's what makes it more viable compared to the Elimination Chamber. The Chamber you can do really good things with and great things as well, but you almost kind of make it just a similar thing every single year, while the Rumble you can kind of innovate with so many different things as well. So that's how I say.
Yeah, Billy, what's your thoughts on that as well?
Yeah, I agree. It's the Rumble. It's just the traditional. As you say, it means more when you win it because you beat 29 other men. Beating 5 wrestlers, like it's more traditional when it's a Rumble. And I remember a few years ago when I think it was WrestleMania 29, when Swagger won the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
It didn't really mean, it meant like nothing. Like it meant nothing. Where Jey Uso was a surprise winner last year in the Rumble, and it feels more
Yeah.
like you deserve it more at Mania.
Yeah. I think a couple of people are saying it in the chat in regards to John Cena's win last year as well. And then obviously we know what followed, the subsequent heel turn, stuff like that. I think there's rare occasions where the Elimination Chamber works. I think last year was an example of that. I think it was completely star-studded. I think we probably thought that Cena would get the win in the end, but you know, they definitely put him through the rigor to kind of prove to us that he was going to get that final win, and he had a bit of help from Seth Rollins as well indirectly. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to ask Anarfi. I know he's a traditionalist, so I know he would prefer the Rumble win over the Elimination Chamber.
Do you know what it is? I'm a bit like leaning toward, like I've been conditioned in it. I've been conditioned to accept that the Elimination Chamber can also mean something, you know. So I don't mind. I'm like 50-50, but I'm also on the thing where it's like I feel like the Royal Rumble, it's its own story. The Elimination Chamber is another story. Like without that at the moment, if it was just a Royal Rumble, I feel like it would just be like, oh, okay, cool. The next story that we're gonna have to put in where it has to be like a story of hatred. I don't know, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre without no belt. I don't know. But if it was an Elimination Chamber, it creates more of a story like, raw, can Cody actually do this? Can Trick Williams do this? Can Javon Evans do this? You see it, there's stakes there. There's things there that can help these wrestlers and make you feel like, raw, there's a possibility this guy can do this, you know? Like anything. I mean, there was one, I think we talked about it last or the podcast, whatever. There was one Elimination Chamber here where I think the champion got eliminated first. Stuff like that, or even the favorite got eliminated first. Stuff like that's gonna make you.
Sorry to jump in. It was the year that Bobby Lashley was in it as WWE champion, and he got eliminated first because he got injured or something.
Brock Lesnar,
Edge 2009, I think.
As well.
Edge as well. Yeah. So stuff like that is what makes it exciting and makes you want to watch it. Because even now, I'll be real, I'm not really gassed for it. I'll be real. But when Saturday comes and the TV turns on, I'll be like, rah, okay, cool, let's go. Like, Trick might have a chance here. You know what I mean? So let's see, man. Let's see.
I think it's with anything, when it becomes a bit play by numbers, Elimination Chamber, you got all these other guys in it, we kind of know who should win it, sort of thing. It becomes just a little bit less, you know, interesting. I think the fact that you guys mentioned it's its own pay-per-view now, sort of thing, that kind of takes away from it a bit. You know, if it's just a random Elimination Chamber match, they can just throw in any month of the year, sort of thing, to determine a world champion or to determine who's going to WrestleMania to face for the other belt. I think it keeps it alive a bit more. But with that said, I'll ask you, Billy, why isn't then, since the stakes are kind of so high, why isn't Elimination Chamber seen as one of the big 4, 5, in your opinion?
I think it's just too predictable. Like, as you said, I don't think many people are hyped for it as much as like a Money in the Bank or Royal Rumble. You know, like when there's Money in the Bank, it's like more of an even playing field. Whereas like Elimination Chamber, I think, you know, 1 or 2 will probably win, and the rest are just filler. That makes sense. So I don't think it'll ever like Money in the Bank has started to reach like top 4, top 5 status now, because no matter who, this will shoot someone into the main event scene. I don't think Chamber does that as much. I think they just play it safe most of the years.
Yeah. I mean, just taking some comments, and I'll throw this one at yourself, Oriodan. We got our guy, Professor Dell, in the building. President, that's the one. President Dell. The way the Rumble winner has been booked over the past few years, it's almost like the Chamber means more now. Most of the time, it feels too rushed to tell a story before WrestleMania. What's your thoughts on that, Oriodan?
I hear that because last year, when Jey Uso won it was a genuine surprise, because we were thinking, is it CM Punk? Is it John Cena? And then when it wasn't someone that wasn't predictable, then it's like, okay, let's see what the Chamber does. For me, I think the reason why Chamber won't be on, let's say, a level of, let's say, the big four is because it will always be part of like the road to WrestleMania. It will have that because it's something that you're going to go forward if you don't get the opportunity. It's almost like what we're talking about, a last chance. That is the Elimination Chamber. Before then, it used to be Fastlane or other yearlies as well. But now Chamber's like the last hurdle before heading into Mania. I think it just depends on the booking. Without being disrespectful to, well, I'm just going to be honest. There's no way. I think Cody's winning, and then when it comes to the women, there is a little bit of unpredictability in terms of who's going to go for Jade Cargill. But I honestly feel like they're going to go with a safe choice and go Tiffany again. So it's about the field that you have there. Is it enough to kind of get people intrigued, or is it just going to be a predictable outcome as well?
Yeah, that's definitely a point to that. We obviously mentioned in some of our favorite chamber moments earlier. We mentioned obviously Cena one from last year. Big up GWE Wrestling Talk. He says that Jade beating the shit out of Naomi while Bianca was in the cage was ridiculously good. I think that's a very underrated moment. And obviously, we saw where that story was going last year before pregnancy and things, took control. So, the ladies done really well with that one. I think that's probably like a top women's moment out of the chamber in chamber history. And then we've got our guys from our Discord, Emperor Jar, and we've got Glody as well, pretty much agreeing. Emperor Jar says it grinds my gears that every year the title isn't defended in the chamber. Glody with the similar sentiment. I think on the road to Mania, the champion should be defending, as it's a big thing to get to WrestleMania as champion. Yeah. Anarfi, what are you saying? We've got obviously Punk versus Balor on this card this weekend as a championship match, but it's not inside the chamber. Do you think it's obligatory that a champion should be in the chamber defending that title before they reach Mania?
Some like yes and no. Like 1 year, yeah. Next year, no. I feel like the story between Punk and Finn Balor is pretty sick. So I would rather want to see them in the singles. Like, I would be very pissed off if Punk and Finn Balor and Punk have been going back and forth on months on Raw. The next thing you know, Finn Balor's like, I want to enter the Elimination Chamber. Then CM Punk's like, then it's like, bro, what is this? You know what I mean? Why did we have to do all that? This could have just been happening like randomly. They could have just been in a qualification match. But I think it depends on the year, and it depends on how the year has been, and it depends on the story. I feel like, if I'm pretty honest, Drew should be in that Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
If it's a thing where he's like, cool, I want to ruin Cody's chances, I want to enter the Elimination Chamber. All the space has been gone, in it?
There's one more space
available. So
one
more space. We'll talk about the last remaining qualifying matches for both the men.
That's Drew, bro.
You're saying it's Drew. Okay, I've got a theory which I'll bring up shortly. But
it's Kashoko.
I don't think it's
that guy is frozen in AEW,
man. I think it's very interesting how Emperor Jar says here, I agree with Anarfi for Punk and Balor. Jade and Drew should be in that chamber as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly makes sense. It certainly definitely makes sense, but they've kind of got a formula here, which I wouldn't say is a failing formula. It just works. It doesn't really bring much excitement or thrills. It just works. So they're gonna do the safe thing, especially on the road to Mania, where some years more than others they have a lot of a depleted roster. Some of the big people they want involved, they can't really get them involved. Just looking at like the momentum side of things and storyline side of things, I feel like the Rumble is really good because with the 30 people, whether it's men or women involved in a Rumble, you can create many storylines, even if people don't win, and kind of spiral off into other bits and bobs. Whilst the Elimination Chamber, more or less, kind of, as we have just mentioned, locks in the other big main event at WrestleMania, kind of refines what we may think, or gets another couple big names on the marquee. Do you agree that Elimination Chamber, then, I guess it's one in the same with what we're saying with the world title, should it have a bigger creative influence as like Royal Rumble, or should it be just what it is currently? Billy, what do you think?
Yes and no. I think when it's used sometimes, like as Rollins said, Punk and Rollins last year, neither of them won, but it went towards their story. So it can be done, but it's very limited. It is done. I can't think of
Mhm.
another example where someone that hasn't won the chamber got the storyline from that actual chamber match. Like Kofi Kingston literally got attacked before the match and it went nowhere. Like no repercussion, no nothing. So yeah, I just think I'm interested to know if you guys what would you guys replace the Elimination Chamber with in terms of trying to find the other, like would you replace it with a tournament with a or some other type of
So
match?
I would go back to Ruthless Aggression era. I don't think I don't know if you guys remember when Eddie Guerrero had to win the Battle Royale,
Yeah.
and in that Battle Royale, I think the week after he had to go face to face with Brock Lesnar, and he poured his heart out why people doubt him and how he wants to come. I think they should do a Battle Royale next week. Whoever missed that Royal Rumble on SmackDown, we're doing a Battle Royale. You enter the Battle Royale, 20-man Battle Royale, over the top rope. Whoever wins that will get a shot at the vacant challenge, the vacant champ, not vacant champion, but the person that hasn't got a match at WrestleMania. I don't know. Then they have their match at a No Way Out or Elimination Chamber or something like that. Then at
Yeah.
WrestleMania,
Mhm.
I don't know, you could probably lead to another story with that, with the new champion going in. Like, for example, CM Punk and Finn Balor, yeah. Say Finn Balor beats CM Punk, which is kind of weird because obviously they've booked CM Punk and thing in it. So Finn Balor beats CM Punk. Finn Balor goes on to now have another story for WrestleMania. I don't know who it'll be. I don't know, the Fall of the Judgment Day, him versus Dominic Mysterio. They have their match and done. You see it. So something like that, I reckon. But I don't know if that even works well in this time, in this generation, because everyone wants to see the big boy as a poster star, as the main person in the thing. It depends how over the person is, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's even a problem in itself, in my opinion. Obviously, you mentioned Punk and Roman already, name on the marquee sort of thing, but Punk's got a title match this week. Like, I know they have done this better in previous years, but this year I wouldn't think they've done it very well. Why is there no jeopardy on Punk's name? Usually you would have the likes of Michael Cole screaming down the mic like, Punk, what are you doing? Why are you going to accept this match? Your WrestleMania main event is in jeopardy, blah blah blah. Like,
It
this
doesn't
is
feel
very
jeopardy.
much, there's nothing, there's no jeopardy in this. Like, and we all don't believe Finn Balor's going to win anyway, but
Which is
it's
sad. He should, like,
story that
Yeah.
Finn Balor can win here, and obviously Scappa, the main event they've planned.
Another thing I read is why is there no conversation of the fact that Finn Balor could face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? There's no it's like we've basically agreed, okay, Punk versus Reigns.
Yeah,
The
you
title
could
might
do
well
it.
not be on the line on Saturday.
Yeah, and even if, let's say, for example, Finn does, let's say, win, I don't know if anyone would be a fan of, but you could tell us if this was going to happen, because we know it's Roman and Punk. If Finn wins the world title, you could even do the story that Finn was the guy who beat Roman Reigns on his first night, which he alluded to last week on Monday Night Raw. So there's something there prior that you can actually build towards. But I just feel like, as much as I do like Finn, it's just like they're trying their best with their promos and going back and forth, but it just feels like I know Punk's winning. That's just kind of the problem.
We know Punk's winning, and Finn is as cold as Antarctica right now. Finn, I think there was a stat that Finn hasn't won a singles match in like X amount of singles outings. I'm sure it was like up to 100 singles outings of his last 100 singles outings before he got the first title match with Punk. Like, how did we get here? I mean, that's a whole nother thing on just how they produce their number one contenders. But like, I think that's my other pet peeve with the Elimination Chamber. They've done better in recent years to kind of throw up these qualifying matches. And outside of John Cena last year kind of saying, I deserve to be in this and I'm just going to enter it, they do try to put some level of, road to the Elimination Chamber. But I'm going to put you guys on the spot here to see if you can come up with anything better to kind of determine those guys. But I kind of feel like the Elimination Chamber should be made up of the last 6 Royal Rumble entrants, or the last 6 people in the ring of the Rumble. And then obviously one of them's going to win. Then you can bring in someone else. I don't know. But like, I feel like that's who should get the second chance, because we had the likes of a Matt Cardona in the Rumble. Now, God forbid he's in the chamber. I don't want to see him in the chamber. But like, why doesn't he want to be in the chamber? Do you see what I mean? Like, what? Why isn't he getting a qualifying match?
Yeah.
Surely everyone wants to be there. So yeah, do you guys have any ideas of how they can like better determine those entrants for the Elimination Chamber if a world title shot is on the line?
You should definitely do it how you said it. But the only thing is, in order for that to work, they need to make, I think, commentary and promos and how they like basically the marketing of that match of the Royal Rumble should be like, this could be last ditch for some of these wrestlers. Like if they miss out on this, or if they miss out on this, this is one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time. Going to Vegas one more time, blah blah. And when they get eliminated, you see the emotion that they have. Like it's like fuck. Like I'll never forget when sorry, Angle got eliminated by Shawn Michaels. He was pissed off. Like he was like he just lost his house, bro. Like that sort of emotion from these wrestlers. The next thing you know, SmackDown, they turn up and they do that whole thing of like, this person comes out, that person comes out, that person comes out, and all in the ring, they're getting angry at each other, saying, you messed up my opportunity, I need to get this opportunity again, and blah, blah, kind of promos. And what's his name? Nick Aldis comes out and says, Elimination Chamber, you guys are all going to be in it, and we're going to put the champion in there as well. That will be, you'll be more invested in it, because like, raw, these men are going to get a second chance. Okay, cool. And you got someone like a Matt Cardona in the match as well. You're like, raw, he was close, but he's now closer because this is just him and the 5 other people that he was in the ring with last Sunday. You know what I mean? So it's like proper like investment there, especially as these the last 5, like you said, isn't it? So yeah, last 6, sorry. So yeah, I think that could probably work. That would be sick, including the champion as well, like I said.
Gloddy's put a great idea in the chat. Last 5 in the Rumble, and then a battle royal for the last spot to make it the 6th, to make the 6th person in the chamber. I think that works.
Yeah.
You boys have any other suggestions?
I would say similar to what the last comment said in terms of the last 5 in the Rumble, and then you do a battle royal just to determine as well. And I think in that aspect, when it comes to the Rumble, like selling like the anguish of like, oh, I didn't make it. Another example, just to add to Anarfi, was when Shawn Michaels in 2010, when he was trying to chase the Undertaker for the world title, just chase that match for like him beating up the referee with a sweet chin music and just trying his desperate to get the match back. So I think that's something that you could definitely add towards as well. But also another thing, just to add the anguish of like, oh, I need to get this opportunity to be at WrestleMania again. So
I just think it's too basic. Like basically, like again, we're going to talk about those last few qualifying matches in just a sec. But Billy, tell me about this pin Balor that Clark Kent has said here. I hope we're not going to.
Oh yeah, so I love Finn Balor. Like NXT Finn Balor during COVID was peak of his character. I kept track of. I always said in our group chat of when Finn Balor last won a match on his own. And I think I went all the way back to when he first joined the Judgment Day.
No way.
Like that, there was them times like when he last won I think his last one was maybe Edge in the I Quit match. I think, and that's like one of the last time I know he's won a single match. So that's where Finn Balor come from.
Man. He knows even Matt. He knows even Matt. He's arguably maybe one of the most influential wrestlers in the last decade because of the Bullet Club, where other wrestlers have gone to. He's someone who, a lot of what he's created from Bullet Club and all these wrestlers, he's kind of in this position. But it's just even go back with Billy, it's just weird that he's in this position, but that's how it is. He re-signed, so yeah.
Mate, there's people like a AJ, like a Balor and stuff like that I would call like the ghost forefathers of AEW. Like they've never turned up there, they've never done anything up there, but without I can surely say there is no AEW without what they've done in the industry. Like definitely should have got more in WWE, but obviously injury wasn't great. he's going to be at Elimination Chamber this weekend, and probably not a winning effort. We've got our sis AJ. She says, I believe Elimination Chamber should be a big four PLE, replace Survivor Series, but I understand they want to space out the pay-per-views season-wise. Yeah, because I guess that would be Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, all back to back if it was a big four type. Yeah, it's a funny one, Elimination Chamber. In regards to star building, now we're going to talk about this because the Rumble can seemingly make a star overnight. I really remember the 2020 Rumble. Drew had a string of wins before that Rumble, went into that Rumble, eliminated Lesnar after Lesnar's fantastic first half performance, and became a star overnight. Obviously, pandemic happened and kind of didn't work out for his run. But Drew was elevated immediately, you know. Bianca Belair as well in the pandemic, won Rumble, someone that you could clearly see was on that trajectory, you know, her profile to the top immediately. Cody won 2 back-to-back when they were trying to basically make him the guy. Where the Elimination Chamber, again, I don't feel that they really hit home enough how the endurance and the credibility you've got to go through to win in that structure against 6 other guys, have your head on a swivel and stuff like that. Does the Elimination Chamber, I know, like I said, WWE don't quite acknowledge it, but do you think we can get to a place that the Elimination Chamber can almost birth a star as well, sort of thing, overnight? Really, I'll ask you first. Go on.
So
Go on,
I was just going to say, it depends on what you want to do. Because, like, let's say, for example, Javon double ego.
No, go on, Ryan. You started. You can go.
Sorry about that. I think it's just the connection again. Sorry. I was just saying, like, if you use someone like Javon Evans, for example, who's in the chamber, and if you want to create him as a star, kind of revolve the chamber around him, like the interactions he has with those wrestlers, or in a way to kind of, you can birth a star, just the way that you're booking it. But it's just, I feel like the last few chambers, they have kind of booked results that we kind of know ahead of time that is going to potentially be this person. If it was last year, it was either CM Punk or John Cena. You can have the ability to, of course, put over, let's say, new talent that you want to add to the chamber, like a Trick, like a Javon, and potentially revolve the chamber around these guys to kind of give them those last opportunities. Maybe even put them in a final 2 where you almost feel like, oh my God, this is actually going to happen, where they eventually win. So,
yeah, go on, Billy.
Yeah, I just feel like the Elimination Chamber is always built around 2 people, and then the rest are filler. Like I remember do you remember when they had 7 man in the Elimination Chamber that year? And Braun Strowman eliminated every single person, and then Roman Reigns just beat him. And like that's what I'm saying, it always revolves around 2 people.
Yeah.
And what they've done well is when the Kofi won, Kofi that launched the star because the match was him. It was his story, it was his like match, and then from there it launched him. And I think the same could be said for like a Trick Williams. If he has a good showing, it can launch someone into the main event scene. It's just when it's done correctly.
Do you think with the chamber though, and after I ask you, does the person have to win? Because with the Rumble, you can have a good showing. You can be the Iron Man. The Iron Man is almost like another trophy in the Royal Rumble, right? And then you can go on and maybe be, you know, get booked better, get a singles match at Mania, whatever. But with the chamber, do you think the person has to actually win to become a star, or can they just have a solid performance?
I think they can win by having a solid performance. So, like we said, there's Trick Williams in there. Trick Williams is already a man, like he's already a star, like without being said. But I'm looking at more like Javon Evans. If Javon Evans has a flipping Michael Owen a World Cup 98 performance, then bro, the fans are gonna love him, bro. The fans are never gonna forget him. They're gonna always say that time when Javon Evans done a madness in the Elimination Chamber 2026. So I think it's also a domain for these wrestlers to show what they're really about and how extreme they can go and what memory they can leave in these wrestlers' heads. But also, like, I'm also thinking to myself, like, this Elimination Chamber now is definitely Cody. This is Cody's story. This is definitely Cody's story.
Yep.
Like it's no one else's story. Like I don't know how. Like what else is in this? What else in this can I make a story out of? Like how does Trick relate to Cody? How does obviously Cody wants to win the title, but that was when Cody first had the title. So if I'm honest, Trick doesn't really care about Cody. Trick cares about winning the belt, like winning the title. But like, this is Cody's. Like Cody's definitely gonna go out there, win it, and whatnot. And hopefully everyone else puts a man of the match performance in it. Javon Evans, I'm thinking more, but yeah, it's definitely like Bill says, definitely a one man thing in it this time around.
I think you need to win the Elimination Chamber to be deemed a star. Like if Javon Evans is in it this weekend, we know it's just gonna be really good, high flying, a lot of kind of good spots, entertaining spots with replay value. But I think we really sit up and pay attention if Javon Evans wins it. If he wins it and run around as well saying he's the youngest ever man to enter the chamber was older than him, and now he's won the chamber, like everyone seems to pay attention, because we done this, remember, with Montez Ford. Montez Ford was in the chamber. Montez Ford had a fantastic performance, and now Montez Ford is wrestling NXT live events. I don't feel like just wrestling good in the chamber is actually enough at this stage, because I don't feel they hold it in enough regard. If maybe the day that they start saying so and so is a 2-time Elimination Chamber winner, a 3-time Elimination Chamber winner, maybe that's when the stocks will rise, that a good performance is enough. But I still think we're in the stages now that you have to win it to really get noticed and the shine. So yeah, in that respect, I guess the Royal Rumble still trumps it as an event, as a means to get to WrestleMania. Again, I think the Rumble is a lot more exciting. Just the countdown, the aspects of 30 people and all of that. Surprise element, you say. We've talked about, I guess, the lack of predictability in recent times with the Rumble. I know this is WWE we're talking about, but can you ever see the Elimination Chamber, becoming more brutal to live up to, I guess, what it was? Like, you think this is it? We've already seen those days.
Yeah, we've already seen them.
Them crash pad sides. Yeah, they're not taking that many away soon.
Yeah, unless it's a thing where it's like a one-off thing where, I don't know, they're like, yeah, I want I don't know, someone calls for it and they'd get it. But even if they do get it, they'll make it as safe as possible because they want these wrestlers to be working the next week. I don't know. I can't really speak on how many people got injured in the first Royal Rumble, first Elimination Chamber, or the second Elimination Chamber, or even the third one. But like, I'm sure it's done on purpose, isn't it, to allow these wrestlers to go on and do more stuff in it within the week, innit? And obviously, really truly, they don't. If I'm honest, they don't really have to bump as much outside. Obviously, the odd, I don't know. If we were to look at it on the whole thing, I'm guessing that Javon Evans will probably take the most bumps outside the ring. If it was the old school Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Even in this one, probably going to take the most bumps.
Yeah. So yeah, and also I'm also thinking about them selling it as toys, in it, for kids, in it. They wanted to make it look quite cool and stuff like that. So
merchandise.
Merch.
It's what we do.
It's what we do. Yeah, it's disappointing the way it's went, sort of thing. But we've talked about some good ideas as to kind of how to revive it, how to mix it up, how to shake it up. I can only hope that we are looking at in the future a Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber that either has more stakes, better kind of put together, more meaningful at the very least, something that's more meaningful, and we feel there's more jeopardy involved. But hey, this is where we are. We've got Elimination Chamber this Saturday from Chicago. We've got 2 chamber matches. We'll discuss those now, and we'll discuss anything else that's on the card, which I don't think is much of anything else, maybe 2 other matches. So firstly, let's start with the women's chamber match. We've got Rhea Ripley in there, tag team champion, with Tiffany Stratton, probably the favorite, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and I guess a surprise package of Kiana James, who has really been putting in some good efforts, especially since the Rumble. I said I think she's about to lap Julia. I think she's about to go straight past Julia and look like the dominant one of the two, even though Julia's got the US title, because she's been positioned to do so. And then we've got the final women's spot. Is going to be a match between Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Raquel Rodriguez, which at the time of recording, I assume it's going to be on Raw tonight. So who do you, Oriodan, think is going to be that final spot in the Elimination Chamber for the women?
I think Io's going to get the final spot. I think Io, it makes sense to put Io in the chamber. It will just add the flair to it, and then, of course, the spots that she's going to do. So I think Io.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think especially with Rhea being in there, they can tease, you know, or they break up, are they going to fight each other, all of that kind of stuff. Billy, who do you think is going to win the women's Elimination Chamber match?
Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany is. I think there's a reason they're going to go back to it. They're going to go back to Tiffany and Jade, and I think there's a reason why they've kept, like, obviously they took Tiffany. I don't know if she was injured off TV or just had a break, but I think that the plan was for a long time now. They're going to do Jade and Tiffany at Mania.
Okay. Anarfi, any surprise packages there with the women's match, with the women's Elimination Chamber match? Anything you may think may happen out of the blue, or a different winner?
I don't know. I'm thinking more of, like, do you know what I would love to see? I'd love to see a match between Jade and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
because I think that's something that we haven't got yet. So maybe Jade wins it, but then again, that's predictable. Like, not predictable. It's like we've seen it. We've seen Jade main event or do a thing at WrestleMania. So, you know, to be honest, I think it might be the safest option, if I'm honest.
What, Jade and Rhea?
As in someone that can make Jade look good, innit? You know what I mean? But then again, Asuka's there as well. Tiffany Stratton's there as well. First, I'll obviously Jade, man. I think Jade will probably win.
Jade's already.
No, Jade. Rhea probably win. Sorry.
Rhea.
Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So Rhea, Tiffany, yeah, one of the two. Okay, that makes sense. They're the biggest names in there, I would say. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. Let's look at the men's Elimination Chamber. We've got Randy Orton in there. LA Knight has qualified. Cody Rhodes, who I'm sure is everyone's favorite. Javon Evans, Trick Williams is in there as well. And the final men's spot will either go to Jey Uso, Bronson Reed, or El Grande Americano. I believe that's a triple threat match, probably on Raw tonight as well. Billy, who do you think gets the final spot of the men's?
We need to find out which El Grande is first. Which Chad is it? Ludwig.
Well, they're referring to one of them as OG.
that's bad.
Yeah.
I think Bronson gets it. I think if they're going to do anything with Bronson, now's the time, because since he beat Reigns, he's done now on Raw. Like, he has done absolutely nothing. Jay me and Oriodan always make this joke. I don't need to see Jay yeet on top of the pod. I don't want that in the match. Like, as we built this match up to be the most dangerous match in history, and he's taken 5 minutes out of the match to eat. Like, I don't want that. So yeah, I think Bronson's got it.
And Nafi, who wins the men's Elimination Chamber match?
Cody Rhodes. Unless Thing wants to mess up for him. And what do you call it?
Jacob.
Drew McIntyre comes in, or Jacob comes in to come mess up for Cody. Then Randy. So I'm going with Cody or Randy to win the Elimination Chamber.
Okay. Any surprises? Anything out of the ordinary, Oriodan, that you think could happen with the men's Elimination Chamber?
Maybe Randy winning it, because we have to, looking back to last week, why was Drew involved in the Randy segment? Unless it leads to something, maybe you do something with that. So that maybe could be a hint if they decide to do anything with. So I think that probably makes the most sense in terms of a surprise. So
I really do think some way, somehow, Randy is going to be included in a world title match. Whether he wins the Elimination Chamber and it's him and Drew one-on-one, or whether they go for like a 4-way with Jacob and Cody and Randy against Drew. I think that they are looking to beef up the star power for that title.
Yeah.
And Randy Orton might be the answer. Cool. Okay. Glods has put in here something that I wanted to talk about. So big up Gloddy. He says, theory, Jay wins and gets taken out by Brock in the chamber. Now, I think Brock Lesnar may be around. Brock Lesnar is going to be on Raw tonight. At the time of recording, he's going to be on Raw in Atlanta. And what for? Is it for an opportunity? Because, again, he was in the Rumble. Why wouldn't he want to be in the chamber? Is it for Obafemi or something? I mean, with what Gloddy's saying, yeah, Jay could qualify that he takes him out on the night of Elimination Chamber and then takes his spot. Couldn't they just put Lesnar in as a 7th man as well?
I think they're more likely to do that with LA Knight because LA Knight eliminated him from the Rumble.
Okay.
And they have the story of Lesnar and Knight at Mania.
Okay. No, that happened. So, yeah, it's very possible. Anarfi, any thoughts?
Bro, if I'm honest, man, I don't think I need Brock in this match, man. It just ruins everything. I think Brock brings stuff into that match, like to the game and stuff. But like, I just feel like, yeah, like this match should just be for these men. Because when Brock comes in, it just changes the whole dynamic. No one's gonna get their shine. Let's be honest. Is Javon Evans gonna be able to do his stuff? No. Brock is just gonna give him an F5 in 1 second.
Yeah, he's just gonna imagine Javon jumping off a pod and Lesnar just catches him on his shoulders. F5. That's a moment, bro.
It's a moment, fam. Like, unless everyone rushes him. As soon as he comes, everyone rushes him, bro. Which is a myth, man. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to see Brock in this, man.
I do think there's maybe something. Yeah, like I would have rather him just be in it from the jump as opposed to kind of bully his way in. We've seen him do that kind of trope a couple of times now down the years. I would rather him be in from the jump, but I do think it's very interesting whatever he is coming to Raw for today. So I do think it's a possibility that he could end up in that chamber match. But Cody's undoubtedly the favorite. Randy Orton, I would say, is a dark horse in there. Everyone else is in there just to have a place in the pod, I would say. Other things on this show. We've got the women's IC title match, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. Personally, I feel like their build towards this has been horribly cartoonish.
Yeah,
their promos and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's weird to put this match here, unless they're gonna literally planning to do an AJ wins the title and then they have the rematch at WrestleMania and Becky wins it back. What do you lot think? Who's gonna come out with the title from this match?
Becky should be beating AJ. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah,
agreed.
It doesn't. I agree. Like, I'll be real. This whole promo hasn't really gingered me. I really like Becky, but I think with the last performance we saw with AJ Lee, respectfully, I don't feel like I feel like she's been at the game for too long, man.
She has.
Yeah,
and you can see it in her match. You can see it. She's not match fit. She's not match fit, bro. She needs some reserves games. She's some reserves games, bro. A bit. Do you got what I mean? She needs to pick her up a bit, bro. But yeah, Becky has to be beaten. Unless I don't know, some sort of thing happens where AJ Lee wins and Becky gets scared. So, she gets scared, and after, why is Becky even scared of AJ Lee? That's what I want to know.
Good.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the story that they're telling is that she's never beaten her. They've had obviously a couple of outings now against each other, and AJ's got the upper hand. And now they were in Chicago, the hometown of her husband. I kind of expect her to win. Like this match is a very weird one to have, unless, like Clark Kent says there, you end the feud this weekend, Becky wins, and then Becky's in a flipping ladder match at WrestleMania for the IC title. That's the only other way you're gonna do this. So yeah, I kind of see AJ winning. Oriodan, what about yourself?
This is the one that I'm so 50-50 on now of the whole show. I agree with Anarfi. I didn't really like the promo. I didn't even like what AJ Lee said about how Becky's had a 10-year head start and she hasn't kept up. And no disrespect to AJ Lee, she's an inspiration to that women's division. But Becky's just clear, if I'm just going to be honest. And I just kind of feel like AJ, she's trying to do a new character, not the crazy gimmick, maybe for something different, which is respectful, but it just isn't working. And I just don't think this whole thing that Becky's trying to be afraid, it just doesn't match unless AJ's going back to the crazy gimmick, which maybe for some reason she doesn't want to do that anymore. But I'm very 50-50 on it. Could go either way. But I think for now, I'll probably say I could see them putting the belt on AJ Lee because we're in Chicago.
Billy, what do you think?
They put the IC title on a part-timer in terms of she's not there every week. She's not like the whole point of it, introducing the IC title was to give its breath to the women's division. And yeah, I don't see them putting the title on a mid-card on a part-timer. The feud's been awful since War Games, probably. Like War Games was the moment where you're like, okay, AJ got her as her second win, move on, sort of thing. I'd love it to be like a not squash match, but do you remember what Lesnar done to Cena at SummerSlam, just to get Becky's character back to where it should be from the feud. But yeah, all I see is Becky winning.
Becky winning. Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Chicago definitely on her side. I do think they could give her the title for the next 6 weeks till Mania, and then she just loses it at Mania, and then we can just add to her CV. She's won the women's IC title. I think that could be a thing. But yeah, we'll see. And then the only other announced match is the men's world title match, World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk defending against Finn Balor, which I'm pretty sure we're all unanimous that CM Punk is going to walk out as champion. You agree?
Yes, unfortunately,
yes.
but yeah.
Yes,
can I
but not.
Sorry, no, go finish up being. I'll jump on after.
I don't think it's going to be a case of. It's like it will be clean, but Finn will get his flowers, and then maybe this is where the Judgment Day turn on him.
Okay.
Like do it at the pay-per-view, set up the Dom versus Finn if you're going to go that route for Mania.
That's a strong idea. That's a very good idea.
Mm.
Yeah, this could be a good place for that. I agree.
Yeah.
Anarfi, what are you going to say? Sorry?
I was going to say, yeah. How would you feel? How would everyone in this stream feel today? Even let me know in the comments. If Finn actually beats CM Punk,
I'll be fine.
Would you feel happy?
I'll be like, wow, but it's like, I don't know.
I would be happy if he wins and then goes on to Mania and beats Roman. I inject it straight into my veins. Like
as the demon, as the demon, bring the demon back and everything. Yeah.
To be honest, that might be a way to do it. If he turns up in Chicago as the demon, beats Punk, turns up at Mania as the demon, beats Roman Reigns, inject it straight into my veins.
Yeah. You restore the demon character after what you did last time with Roman.
He's taken D. Bryan's gimmick. That's Daniel Bryan's gimmick of getting involved in triple threat matches at Mania.
Yeah. To be fair, if he beat Punk and then lost it to Roman, that's dead.
Yeah.
All that trying to tell me that maybe Punk didn't want to lose to Roman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, what if he beats Punk? Yeah. Then obviously a triple threat match, but he's in a match, but he doesn't get pinned. CM Punk gets pinned by Roman Reigns, or Roman Reigns gets pinned by CM Punk.
Miss me with it.
No, I wouldn't want to go the mile with Finn. Like he beats Punk, he beats Roman Reigns. Then I'm like, okay, I see something here.
Yeah.
If you're gonna restore him properly.
Yeah.
Like, don't do this triple threat. Oh, I didn't get pinned nonsense. We're already too late in the day for that. Yeah, so he's already 40 plus club. Like, it's too late in the day for that. Like, if we're gonna go with it, like, let's go with it, innit? Like,
go with chest, do with chest.
100%. Like, I'm for it. I love the idea. I just think we are absolute light years away from it happening. But yeah, that's what Elimination Chamber is looking like. I guess, guys, we'll talk about it a bit more on the pod this week as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you boys from Main Event mic'd through on the show today. Again, is it just YouTube? Do you have any other social media?
Not yet. We're going to start a TikTok at some point this week and maybe an Instagram page as well. But just for now, YouTube only.
Nice. Well, yeah, man, keep working at it. Anarfi, any plugs for anything on the channel this week?
Yeah, expect a second episode for Take Wars. The last episode's already up now. I seen like a lot of people love the hot takes video, so I think we probably need to run that back pretty soon. And yeah, me and Del are officially going to PPW this weekend. I'm gonna go cut up with Nathan Black. He was on our podcast this week, and meet the other guys up over there like Real Cruz, Liam Slater, and a few other guys over there as well. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. Me and Gene Money as well. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. So you'll probably get that content next week as well. So yeah, man, look forward to go and see them now.
Nice, good stuff. Well, yeah, guys, like I said, everyone's @ and channels and stuff like that is all in the description. So please make sure you follow, subscribe along and stuff like that. Thanks one more time to Main Event Mike, to Oriodan and Billy coming on the show today. And we'll be back next week, Monday Night Live, probably talking all things fallout from Elimination Chamber. And we will have what the total kind of WrestleMania picture is beginning to look like by then. So we'll definitely be catching up on that. Appreciate everyone that joined live and everyone that watches this back. And we'll see you in the next one.